Hello, my cabbages, and welcome back to another mapping video. Yeah, good day today. This is episode 24, because 23, because I did episode, 22 and 21 without recording my voice for some reason. So I'm actually recording, so the voice recording of this episode is coming before the voice recording of episode 22, because I haven't done the voice recording for episode 22 yet, because I'm lazy. But yeah, notice I got a capital for these nations and some of the other nations, and also put some more major cities in, because I felt like it, like even for here. So yeah, the first thing we're actually doing is over here. I know, I wasn't zooming into there at all. Yeah. So they have je, and basically are taking over, these areas, or not taking over, just exploring these areas, even these islands, just kind of going up the rocky coast. It's very rocky, not the best for habitation, but going up the rocky coast and kind of moving on. These are like similar explorer groups to the ones that actually founded the pink team, and just kind of moving along here, and moving along, going pretty far, and even going all the way down here and to this Alaskan peninsula, which I do not know the name of. Don't ask. I know the islands down here are the Aleutian Islands, so it's the Aleutian Peninsula. I don't know, it's probably not. Yeah, they basically explore all around here and decide to make a country. Make a country over here. If I can get a good color. Sure, let's try this color. On the Aleutian Islands, because they feel like it, even out here and here, along a very thin country, which is kind of funny. It's fun and thin, but they're kind of like over here, just kind of on the Aleutian Islands, and doing well. And actually, Aleutian Islands, they definitely expand out longer, right? Even if they don't, I'm gonna make them expand out longer because I feel like it. So we get like that, a bit like this. So they're like bigger gaps in between these islands. But yeah, and these islands quickly get habitated by these people as they kind of explore outwards. And to get that habitated, and they eventually go wrap all the way around the globe. So this, to over here, and you can see the same latitude. And they actually, the Aleutian Islands definitely continued. So they continue all the way over to Russia, and take these islands as they're slowly kind of going. So they're actually and technically on two sides of the globe, even though they're actually, it's a globe, not flat. I'm not a flat earther. And they actually explore, they actually find this part of like Siberia, and they're like, wow, there's a new area of land over here. And even explore down south, and they're becoming a very island nation. They are an island boy, and even starting to explore into Japan. So specifically Hokkaido, right? In Hokkaido, I shouldn't be saying that, but yeah, I don't know why. But yeah, so they basically explore this island and also up into Russia, and they're like, wow, guys, continent. Or not continent, but like big island. Well, technically it's a continent because but there's like actually a giant canal here. It's weird. But they're like, whoa, there's not just this, and they kind of similar thing to what happened to the gray team, but not as much because this is like farther up north, kind of colder. So like the pink team specifically is like, okay, we can do this, and makes the journey. Well, not really makes the journey, just kind of island hops all the way there and sets up their own colony up here on the northern rim. Northern rim, that sounds like up here. So, colonies in Russia now. Not as much because, like I said, there's not many countries around here. California might. Yeah, because I want to, California will. Not might, who's mighty? And they actually decide to take basically the other part of Japan. So they're kind of like friendly, so they're kind of like, hey, you think of this and I think of that. And they actually also explore up here in Russia, and they're actually like, wow, interesting. So we got Japan and being explored and all that. So it's like, and you know, telling everybody like, hey, we also found stuff over here. And it's like, okay, yay. And thinking about colonies, this area, which better with more colonies, it's kind of, you know, doing good. The Orange colony specifically is expanding because they're put a lot of prosperousness into their colony, so they actually expand quite a bit. And so does this area because they're actually not colony and have like stuff directly there. And the gray team's also been putting money into their colony, but also just putting money into, like, because they're getting trade investments, they're kind of just like, you know, doing well for them. And the Indigo team's just kind of, even though they don't have any specific reason to kind of spend a lot of money in their colonies, they kind of just have been for, like, kind of boasting purposes, kind of being like, hey, we're a colonial superpower, just like, we're great again. And also they have good ship technology, so they are doing well. So a lot of the southern colonies are actually doing well, coincidentally, or southern nations down here, and they expand quite a bit. Go. But like the red team colony, it's kind of doing good, but not as good as the other ones. And the blue team colony is actually kind of failing to the point that it actually rebels and becomes like more of a cyan color, I guess. So we have the cyan colony over here, and they do well for themselves, and they're kind of like, the blue team, of course, does not like this, so they're like, we wanted the land, and they're like, well, you didn't treat us well, so we rebelled. They're like, yeah, blue team's kind of been falling off. Red team kind of seeing this as like kind of trying to spend more money in there, but also at the same time, there people aren't as happy as they're spending money something so far away. Like, why are we spending money on that instead of spending money on our own country? Yeah. So the red team, even though you know they got D taken over by the black team, they're still real unstable. And before, instead of just allowing them to collapse, they're like, hey, sell it off. And the black team's been actually getting a lot better. And oh yeah, right, I had a peace deal thing. Yeah, purple team officially is like trying to attack the black team, but the black team heavily invested to their military, so they're actually ready for this. And they actually start winning, and they're like, not again. So they're just they immediately kind of go like, hey, if we just allow you to survive, so they actually just kind of allowed the black team to be there, and the black team's actually gaining quite a bit of money because they're kind of socially introducing them, and the black team's go, why not? And they actually take like some of the red team's colony, not all of it because they didn't all of them, but they take the islands out here, and the northern half of their colony, basically. Straight. I have it straight line. Sure, something like that. But they take the northern half of the colony and the islands is basically their deal. And basically, so good for them. And then the gray team, over here is kind of like, hey, we can take your southern half, but they're not the only ones. Because the green team kind of had an island thing going here until they kind of lost. And I know they're kind of, far away. It's like, they're like, yeah, we can do this. And so it's kind of the rose team. They're both kind of fighting for this because they both want to become colonial superpowers. So the green team actually gets like more land, but they don't get like the capital area. So the green team actually gets this area, while the rose team actually gets the, the major city area over here. So the red team's colony is very split up now. So yeah, we got some more colonial powers, and the red team's kind of like upset, but at least they gained money from the colony because they got to sell it off later. So, and the red team, the red people are more happy because they didn't, want to waste useless funds on these colonies. And similar thing from the Indigo team, where they're kind of overspending on this, and I'm like, why are we spending so much? But right now, they're fine. Collapsing. But anyways, Australia checkup, and we have Australia is doing well. And a lot of just expense in general, because we got first wave of exploration across the eastern coast, because only in the coastal areas actually are useful, and then a bit of a wave of exploration on the southern coast down here, until kind of reaching this notch out here, and actually a new group of people kind of settling over in this area. And they decide to basically, what color? Let's give them like a salmon color. The salmon team, it goes over here. And all is well for them. So they're slowly just kind of, getting better. And if you thought the border war was done, fool. Blue team continues to expand northward, and the green team, not wanting to get cut off, who would have expected this, also tries expanding and goes like a this, which is not ugly at all. And the red team also decides to maybe expand a bit around some of the coastal areas, and even in up here a bit, but stably expanding. And the purple team is like, and is expanding up onto the eastern coastline, because, well, they feel like it, and also want land. So yeah, going well for Australia right now. They're very coastal nations. Anyways, back into the mainland. We got general exploration, just southernwards, because this area was previously surprisingly unexplored. I mean, I guess you got the Andes here, but still. I feel like, you would at least explore some of these areas, given that they aren't that far away. But, nope. Hope they explore down surprisingly fast, apparently. Yeah, and explore down here until they find a giant, alien-made canal, because, and they basically decide, hey, why not settle in this, canal area? So they got, new nation just kind of popping up here on the canal edge, and, That's not. That's like new greeny brown, like wood brown color over here. Kind of expanding around this canal. And then we also got a little bit of pita. Exploring south over here into this bay area, and also into this canal. And they even kind of go along the canal and realize, oh, huh, the wood people, and kind of meet up with the other exploration groups. Like, huh, interesting. So yeah, yeah, the interior is still not that well explored, but you know, exterior is being explored. So yeah. And then I also didn't tell, but I kind of, you probably could have told, but I changed some of this area. Still real ugly. But anyways, another group of people kind of willing to go away, form like a different, like a hot pink team down here, forms like here, and even a separate group forms a different kind of like burgundy wood. Give them like mangrove vibes, I don't know. And they'll kind of explore around their areas and kind of just like, hey. And the first thing they do is, well, you know, kind of expand into surrounding areas, because, like, you know, they're a new nation. They gotta do what they're meant to do, which is expand. So they all kind of expand quite a bit, and like this nation over here expanding quite a bit, and even new nation in between, like a dark purple nation here in between these two nations. And they're kind of like, yeah, this western coast is becoming surprisingly populated here, and which also leads to like increased exploration in like this area, kind of, you know, exploring more into the Amazon, more areas for the green team to explore. And yeah, so got a whole thing happening right there. But yeah, yeah, whole thing happening right there. And well, this area, kind of Texas area, has been like mostly unexplored despite its closest to like great population centers. So, and they, you know, kind of slowly explored, like a group of explorers, because they're like, yeah, we've waited so long, we gotta find out what's actually here. So they slowly explore and well, successfully explore the area. Now it's left pretty empty, and even slowly explore some of these areas around the tornado team and some of these areas, leaving like a great kind of open void here. Of course, the gray team wants to kind of eat at first, kind of expanding pretty quickly upwards and waywards. And then we have the orange team also kind of like expanding inwards up here, around here, and even the country gray team kind of getting their one chance they can get and quickly expanding, maybe a bit quicker than the doctor's orders say they should. Doctor's orders. And expanding up here, and the California team even jumping on this quite a bit and expanding all the way up into here. And the tornado team kind of not expanding in a while. Is like, hey, land. And expands quite a bit here, and also the gray team over here. You know, just have the water team expand. So we got the 4 avatar elements, and when they needed them most, the avatar appeared. Yeah, No. Vanishing? Nah. We got a lavender team that kind of gets created in the central area by a mix of these people that are kind of just like, you know what? These are really just the plains people. They're kind of grass oriented, and they kind of just lay claim to like what they want to. I'm probably gonna change the sports later. I know I'm gonna change the sports later. They look ugly. Say we want this. All of y'all work out the rest between y'all. And they kind of just accept that, I guess, and kind of just work out who's getting what and what's it's and where's it's. Just general like expansion terms, and just let me fill these in. So yeah, yeah, we get this southwestern America is getting carved up. So just kind of like the northern Amazon was, and Gray Team makes a pretty sizable claim. Because they're the Gray Team and they want land. So, yeah, they make their sizable claim. And, so does the, the Orange-Red Team. And then even allowing the darker governmental one to expand a bit. Keyword a bit. So yeah, they're all just kind of carving this up, and basically a conference. They're gonna, they had a conference that are like the Carve Up Mexico conference. Sure, I know, great Mexico. There's not even Mexico anymore. The Southeastern America conference. Carve Up Southeastern America conference. So yeah, they kind of just do what they said and kind of carve this area up, filling in Southeastern America, because everybody says my countries aren't big enough. So I'm making them big. You happy? You happy? So Mexico's actually, the Gray Team can't really expand anywhere unless they fight a war, which actually is not that far out of like that can definitely happen. So, it's not far out of the realm of possibility. We all know why. The Gray Team loves fighting wars. And kind of seeing this happen, this area of, like, the Americas also just kind of gets quickly explored. And this is honestly, I'm the age of exploration, really, of this world. And it might be coming, like, a bit early country-wise, but honestly, it feels like it's fitting because all these countries have been very small. So they just kind of... I guess from forming new colony. Yeah, if their colonial power is strong enough to hold on strong enough-ish to hold on to colonies, then they can hold on to like way bigger countries at home, and then even the Tornado Team expanding in this area also. Tornado Team expanding a lot. Damn. Is this healthy? Doctor's orders. Like no. And just kind of generally just trying to fill this area in with the different nations over here, and like some of these nations are like jumping out. The others are kind of like, hey, they know that if they do this, then well, it won't be the best for their countries. So they're kind of like being hesitant. There we go. Kind of being a bit hesitant with like how much they take, but yeah, it's going well for these countries. And like Louisiana is definitely fighting over who gets what, who's it's and what's it's and where's it's and who's. But yeah, it's gonna look like the Orange Team or the Green Team, and they even get cut off right here because they're with this Maroon Team exploring quite a bit. Because, well, they feel like it, and so, yeah, and even meeting up with Florida down here, forming somewhat of a panhandle. You gotta have the Florida panhandle, even if it's not even the real world. So, the Florida panhandle exists. can hurt you. But yeah, and kind of what happens is there's like a lot of negative space here. It happens like every time. They just form a new country with this negative space. I know, it feels a bit weird, and it honestly is kind of weird, but I didn't make the rules. Oh, I did make the rules? Oh, Why would I do that? Damn, I guess I did make the rules. This weird purplish color, dark purple. More like a grayish purple, not dark purple, it's just desaturated, I guess. Just kind of filling in this area, even touching with Florida. So becoming a pretty big country, but also not that strong. It's just a lot of empty space. But yeah, so we got, like, in this episode, like, 2 areas already kind of filled in, and 2 new countries right here, kind of like what happened over here. And this is honestly just the edge of exploration. This is probably going to be a part 1, because there's still, like, a lot of areas that need to be explored. So, yeah, now I'm calling this Age of Exploration Part 1. So, yeah, that's it. Goodbye, my cabbages.